I have my Aldi's 59-cent spaghetti squash that I am getting ready to make, and I decided to share my process with you. So here goes. Again, I got my spaghetti squash. I'm going to bake it in the oven on 400. My little pan. I'm going to add parchment paper to the pan. I'm going to season it with, of course, some olive oil. I have some ground white pepper. I have some garlic salt as well as some onion powder. But first, to cut this, I'm going to punch holes with a fork and stick it in the microwave for about 5 minutes just to soften it. Then we'll be cutting it in half to go into the oven, a 400-degree oven. Okay, so I have a knife. The fork isn't good enough, so I'm going to use a knife. And literally, I'm just going to go around the skin and put some little pock marks all the way around. I already have the oven preheating at 400. So this, once I finish with all the pock marks, it's going to go into the microwave for 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and slice it in half. So I'll finish making my little marks. I'm not sure if you can see. Yeah, just trying to penetrate the skin somewhat. So 5 minutes into the microwave. Okay, it's out of the microwave. I've let it sit for about 5 minutes. It is still warm to the touch, but we're going to attempt to cut. Again, I'm going to try to start the cutting where I made my little pock marks. Ah, nice, easy, simple. Oh yeah, a lot easier. Let's see if I can just go straight down. Like I said, it is still warm. Oh, I should have cut this end off, and I did not. Normally, I would have cut this off first. Can you see the steam coming up? Okay. So here we go. Just about done. You see, it's not an easy thing to do. Kind of a nice, messy thing. So had it in the microwave. I'll now scoop out all of the seeds from the middle. I'll scoop all the seeds out. I'm going to season it up. Alright, got the seeds and everything scooped out of the middle. Now I'm just going to drizzle olive oil over both pieces. Nice, easy, simple. And then just season it up. Again, you use whatever seasons you like. I'm going to do some ground white pepper, some garlic salt, and some onion powder. So I'll be placing this in my 400-degree oven, and we're going to let it bake for about 40 minutes. So we'll wait for our finished product after 40 minutes. I'm going to turn it upside down just so that as it bakes, it doesn't have a lot of water. Hopefully it'll drain on out. Alrighty, I've managed to take it out of the oven just now. Oh, you can even see here where it's coming apart. So we're going to let it cool for a bit, and then I'll string it out. Alrighty, it's all cooled off now. So, show you. Again, nice, easy, simple for both of them. A little charred on the inside, but I like mine like that. Let me get a plate that I'm going to scrape it onto. I'll sit this plate here. Sorry that you really can't see me and the TV in the background. Let me turn it off. Okay, so literally, well, probably can't tell, but if you look, you can see the strands that way. I'm gonna try it the long way. If you see, it comes out nice long spaghetti strands. So I've let this cool for quite a bit of time now, and literally this is all you do. scrape your spaghetti squash right out of the boat. And you see its lines already. So that's just how easy and simple it is. Again, I let it bake at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. Let it cool off. And literally scrape it out. Again, got a little bit of charred pieces, but as you see, nice, stringy, easy. Voila, spaghetti squash. You know how I seasoned it with a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, some pepper, and some onion powder. And it's good and tasty to me. I'm going to add some leftover taco soup that I had, which is a little bit thick. So it's some ground beef, some cream cheese, some tomato. I actually had a little bit of cauliflower. So I'm going to add it to here. And that will be dinner. So this is just 1/2. And again, I had a tiny squash that was only, again, about 59 cents from Aldi's. So a nice, good vitamin A and C and potassium rich veggie. Before we finish up, a lot of people will, once you scrape all of the pulp, all of your spaghetti squash out, they actually will restuff this in like almost like a twice baked potato. So I could actually use my squash, mix up the whatever I'm going to mix in with it, stick it back in, and then stick it under the broiler for just a few minutes. So again, another way to enjoy something with the spaghetti squash, because it makes a nice little bowl. And as you see from the skin, you're able to do lots of scraping. Lots of scraping. So I finished off the first one. And have number 2 still to do. But again, so easy and simple. Literally. Just with your fork. And see, it peels right on out. Nice stringy consistency. And you can get as creative as you want with your spaghetti squash. Try it. Let me know how spaghetti squash works out for you. Now, because I'm going to mix 1/2 of my spaghetti squash with some of my leftover cold taco soup. So I'm going to mix the two together, and I'm actually then going to stuff the boat, and then I'm going to, I don't know, either stick it in the oven for a little bit or in the microwave. Probably add a little bit of cheese to it, a little bit of butter, so I can get some nice healthy fats in there. So, all right, laughing at myself and the randomness of what I do. I don't know why I picked a little bitty bowl, but I did. So again, literally just going to mix together the half of the one spaghetti squash along with some of the leftover taco soup that I have. And I'm more than likely just going to stick it in the microwave to warm it all up together. I'm going to add some cheese to the top of it, along with a couple pats of butter. And I am pretty sure it's going to be pretty tasty. So the veggie that's included with this, in addition to the spaghetti squash, I've got some tomatoes, some diced tomatoes that were probably seasoned with some basil and oregano and garlic. Also, I added some cauliflower rice to my taco soup. So it'll be a nice, tasty dinner for me tonight. This is honestly how some of my meals come together. My lunch for today, I made the buffalo chicken with ranch dressing for Super Bowl Sunday. So I had some of that left over, so I took some of that and I heated up about 1.5 cups of spinach, just heated it quickly in the microwave again with a little bit of butter and some pink Himalayan sea salt. Heated that up separately, and then would put a little bit of spinach on a fork and grab a little bit of the dip. So that was lunch. So trust me, as I do my whole little keto way of eating, I attempt to eat the right ingredients, but how they come together, so very random. So very random. But the randomness ends up working out and it ends up being very delicious. So, all right, I've got this all mixed up. I'm literally going to stuff it into the bowl, to this half bowl, and put some butter on it, and then sprinkle some cheese, and into the microwave it will go, and then that will be dinner. I'll show you the final picture when it's all done. Until next time, peace.